Welcome, JCD. Jon Christopher Davis. How you been?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
So, have you ever been to the Maple Leaf Diner before?
I've never been to the Maple Leaf Diner, but I did come here several years ago when it was a Jewish deli. And
how long ago was that?
Oh gosh, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. There's a recording studio literally across the street that I used to work at.
Yeah.
And we would walk over here and grab sandwiches and coffee. And so, no, thanks for, I didn't even know the Maple Leaf Diner was here, so thanks for turning me on to it. Boombox, like it's 1985.
So, how did you get into music? What was the moment in your life that you're like, this is what I want to do?
Just like you can't help it. Like I don't feel like I chose music. I feel like it chose me. And
like the itch that you had the itch.
Well, I grew up in a guitar case. My dad was a professional musician. My mom was a professional musician. And it was just kind of a way of life for us. So I would pass the time by playing my dad's guitar and sitting at my mom's piano. And I never had any lessons. And the funny thing is, growing up in a house with a mom and dad who were professional musicians, they never pushed me.
Yeah.
I just kind of took to it, and I would say I was probably 6 or 7, and I knew then. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was born in West Virginia.
So, you played in Nashville. What made you come to Dallas?
Well, I'm from here originally. This would have been probably 1997, 98, and if you want to be in the music business back then, well, you're either going to go to Nashville
or
LA, New York. Atlanta had a pretty good scene, Minneapolis with Prince, but I mean, it was New York, LA, Nashville, and I knew that I could get back home pretty quickly if Nashville didn't work out.
Right.
Like get in the car and be back home before the sun sets. So I went to Nashville and was there for a little over 10 years, and that was my real education in being a recording artist. When the music soothed my soul before MTV killed rock and roll.
You just released a new album, New Wind Blowing. Phenomenal album, by the way.
Thank you.
I downloaded it. I've listened to it a lot.
Gosh, wow.
A lot. I kid you not. I just want to tell you it sounds awesome. Coming from someone that does mixing, mastering, I thought the whole mixing, instrumentation, the mastering, to me it sounds phenomenal. It sounds perfect for the genre. What, if anything, did you think was the most exciting thing about recording that album? Like, did you have a specific song that you were just like, this is rock and roll, or I'm loving this?
Yeah, the opening track is called Vinyl Revival. That one felt really, really good. I wrote that with my buddy Max T. Barnes up in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking about all the people who inspired me, influenced me. And it's like, and it came really, really quick. It was like Eric Clapton, Johnny Cash, Aerosmith, The Who, The Clash, Merle Haggard, George Jones, The Eagles, The Beatles, The Rolling Stones, The Allman Brothers, Van Halen, Willie Nelson, Chris and Waylon, Jimi Hendrix, Jethro Tull, the boss and the king of rock and roll.
Keep it going, man. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's like, almost like, man, let's put that in a song.
Yeah.
It makes me think of my rock and roll hero, like Eric Clapton, Johnny Cash, Aerosmith, The Who, The Clash, Merle Haggard, George Jones, the Eagles, Beatles, and the Rolling Stones, and the Allman Brothers and Van Halen, Willie Nelson, Chris and Waylon, Jimi Hendrix, Jethro Tull, the boss and the king of rock and roll. salvation was the record store and an FM station. Pioneer speakers rattling the glass. Sometimes I want to rewind to the past, back when the music soothed my soul before MTV killed rock and roll. I need to find a revival, find a revival, find a revival, find a revival. I'm all grown up and now my music's gone, but my record collection still lives on. I'm gonna crank Hank Jr.'s Country Boy Can Survive. Drop the needle on Frampton Comes Alive. Got the grill fired up, 3 cases of beer. Now all my rowdy friends are on the way over here for a find a revival, find a revival, find a revival, find a revival. 33s, 45s, 78s, muscle shoals, music rolls, still sounds great. Daddy pounding on the door, I can still hear him yell. Well, that's their way to heaven, there's a highway to hell. Yeah. That's what I said. Eric Clapton, Johnny Cash, Aerosmith, The Who, The Clash, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Eagles, Beatles, Rolling Stones, Allman Brothers, Van Halen, Willie Nelson, Chris and Waylon, Jimi Hendrix, Jethro Tull, the boss, the king of rock and roll. Find a revival, find a revival, woo! Find a revival, 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 find a revival. I love and want to text tonight, baby.
So when you were recording your album, where did you record it?
Yeah. Most of it was done in Dallas, 2 different recording studios. I'm very, very fortunate to have just a phenomenal band, and half the band is made up of killer engineers who've worked on major label records, and they just happen to be in my band. So I have the luxury of going to their homes and recording, and then I also cut a lot of stuff in Nashville too, but the bulk of it was done right here in Dallas.
I'll make you a drink, rub your feet, I'll even put down the toilet seat. I'll give you
Back in the day when I was on major labels in Nashville, man, we would 7, 8, 9, 10 takes and comp a vocal. I don't do that shit anymore. It's like, I'm going to give you three takes, because after number 3, I'm lying. I'm starting to act and I'm overthinking. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So I didn't tune anything on the record.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, it's
No auto-tune at all. I'm
It's
impressed.
honest, man.
I'm impressed. You did a great job with that.
Thank you. Well, I mean, we did it on lunch money, but that's my favorite part of being an artist is recording. recording records.
Oh man, look at this.
Have
Look at this.
the apple pie with salted caramel ice cream, and then
Whoa.
the flagship chicken.
That looks
Yes.
vulgar. What?
Yes.
Oh, I got some napkins.
It's perfect.
Chicken, bacon, melted cheese.
Came stacked with mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
It was like 5 meals in one.
And it looks like it. That looks great.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I can't stand it when people are rude. Can't tolerate rudeness.
Right? So in general, just
Yeah. I mean, if I open the door for
it's that Southern hospitality.
Southern, yes,
Yeah.
just be kind. Yeah.
All right. Now, what TV show or movie would you want to be the main character in? Yeah.
My all-time favorite television show is Seinfeld. What character? Man, I love Jerry Seinfeld. But I love Kramer too. I don't know. Anything Larry David is involved in, I'm
Yeah.
just like, I bow. I just get his humor. Movies? Golly.
Have you seen anyone recently that you just like loved? I know you're busy and you gig at night, so I'm sure it's harder.
It's harder, yeah. Of late, I've just, when I get home, usually it's a crack open a bottle of beer and turn on Game of Thrones or, I've really gotten into it. Thank God for Netflix, because it's been kind of like satellite radio. It's been kind of a refuge for people who want to hear and see smart content. Speaking of,
Thank you.
she read my mind. Diddly diddly, man. All right.
This is Canadian beer.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
That's the way you're supposed to do it. Yeah.
That's really good.
Wonderful.
Never had that before.
Love led me back to. Love led me back to. Love led me.
How has your family been during your whole music career? Have they been supportive? They just always knew you were in music? Because you have a wife and a daughter, and I'm just curious as a musician, because that's always something you want to touch on, right?
I've been very blessed. My wife and I have been together 32 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And as I said earlier, I grew up in this as a kiddo. Well, so did she. I mean, we met when we were 14. Well, she was 14, I was 16. And so she doesn't know any better either. It's like we've just been on this journey ever since we were teenagers. So I've never had any resistance. Not one single day in 32 years has my wife said, please stop this. Please go get a day gig. Never. And my daughter doesn't know any better. And what's interesting about watching my kiddo, it doesn't matter if I'm doing a television show or if I'm on the radio or if I'm in Billboard magazine, she is so not impressed. I want her to be. Of course, I mean, who doesn't want to impress their kiddo? She doesn't give a shit. She loves me as her dad, but I mean, she could
You're never going to be cool as her dad. It's just part of it, right?
No, and I need to stop trying because it's like, it's not working. But very supportive girls. I've never had, I hit the love lotto in that department.
Playing second fiddle in a bluegrass band. Trying to make a living doing the best I can. Playing second fiddle in a bluegrass.
Did you ever have to have a day gig, or were you fortunate enough to perform, gig, play music all your life?
Yes, the latter, by the grace of God. But that's also because I learned to wear a lot of hats, and that would be my advice to anybody wanting to be, especially today in the music business. I mean, there was a time not too long ago where you could just kind of be pretty good at just being an artist, and somehow or another you'd have a career. Now there are more people making records. I mean, anybody can distribute a record nowadays. So obviously it just kind of, there's a lot of competition out there. So how do you survive? And I have found the best way to survive is to wear a lot of hats. So I write, I sing, I play, I record, I perform, I license music, I'll do session work. And you and I have worked numerous times together. When I say session work, I may be singing a commercial for someone. Don't be afraid of getting outside of your comfort zone. Don't get too precious with anything. I'm an artist, man. I'm not going to sell out. I wouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Well, the older you get, it doesn't matter if you're an artist or if you own a restaurant. Figure out what are people going to be attracted to. Otherwise, I don't know how you're going to make a living. So you try to find that balance between art and commerce, and hopefully at the end of the day, you have a little more art than the commerce part, and it works out. But that would be my advice: is to kind of think past the headstock of your guitar, and look at the business end of it as well. It's so important.
That's good advice. Really good advice.
Yeah, man. Just learn about publishing. What does that mean? Learn about if I don't go gold or platinum. What am I going to... Okay, what am I going to... Merchandise. Figure out how merchandise works.
Right.
Figure out how do I get my music to music supervisors. And the good news is, today, artists have more tools right at their fingertips. Man, when I was starting to do this, I didn't have Google, right? I didn't have a teacher. And now you can just pretty much figure out anything. Not too many people get shortcuts. I mean, most of us aren't going to land on American Idol and win.
Right.
So it's for new artists. Look, you're probably not going to get the elevator. You're going to have to take the stairs. And so, and along that way, you're probably going to make some compromises. And man up and do it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been a lot of places, I've seen a lot of things, from the Frisco Bay to the Pontchartrain, down around New Orleans. I've flown with the angels, danced in the devil's den, but your love's one place I've never been. But I hopped a train in Austin, hitchhiked to Santa Fe, rode a hog from Tulsa, Oklahoma to LA. I partied at the White House, spent the night in a pen, but your love is one place I've never been. Every time I look at you, I take a trip without leaving the room. My knees get weaker when you flash your sexy grin. No matter what I say you do, I just can't seem to convince you to open up your heart and let me in. Yeah, baby, your love is one place I've never been. Come on, Robbie. Well, I've known debutantes in Dallas, senoritas in San Antonio. I tasted Georgia pizza, but honey, you're the sweetest thing I know. Well, I heard a Memphis choir, I nearly drowned a Vegas sand, but your love is one place I've never been. Oh, and every time I look at you, I take a trip without leaving the room. My knees get weaker when you flash your sexy grin. No matter what I say you do, I just can't seem to convince you to open up your heart and let me in. Baby, your love is one place I've never been. Honey, your love is one place I've never been. And now your love is one place I've never been.